Hey everybody, welcome to your reading today and welcome to my channel, Power Moon Tarot. And today's reading is called Pick a Sunrise. And we have 3 different sunrises to choose from. If you look at the thumbnail for this video, you can see the different choices. And for pile number 1, we have a sunrise mountain. Okay, so you can check out the sunrise mountain for pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have sunrise over the water. If you're into that, you'll choose pile number 2. And for pile number 3, we have sunrise in a forest. If you're into that, you will choose pile number 3. And for all of you that just joined, you can certainly find in my description box all the information that you need to know, including timestamps for this video and how to request a personal reading, a link to my other channel, Light of Ascension Tarot. Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for your support. We are gonna go ahead and get into it, and I had a couple requests for a video about mixed signals. So people getting a lot of mixed signals from someone, like taking 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, that whole type of thing. As Paula Abdul would say, we take 2 steps forward and 2 steps back, opposites attract. Okay, do you guys remember that song from back in the day in the 90s? But anyway, we're gonna find out what's going on in this connection for you and why you're receiving a lot of mixed signals, all right? So you can go ahead and choose your pile based on the timestamps in the description box below. I'm gonna ring the bell, okay? And you're free to watch more than 1 pile too, if you feel so inclined. There may be messages for you in more than just 1 pile, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. If you're seeing this, namaste and welcome in. Let's go ahead and get to it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Sunrise Mountain, the beautiful picture of the sunrise over the mountain with the pinks and the yellows and the oranges. So let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 1, we're gonna find out why you're receiving a lot of mixed signals from your person or from the person that you desire, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get into that today. No extended reading, but I feel like multiple people have been asking for a reading like this one. So it's kind of a special subscriber request reading. Let's go ahead and get into it today. Spirits, angels, and guides, connect us to the energy of pile number 1, who comes here today seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 1. Okay, so a few channeled messages first. Spirit is telling me Godzilla. Maybe some of you recently watched the movie or saw a t-shirt or some type of poster, picture, or something with that on it or reference to it. Okay, also Spirit is telling me about like a multiplex like place where you can go, and there's so many different things you could do. Like you could go there to watch a game, you could go there to play games, you could go there to get drinks. I think it's like a multiplex, like family fun park, or maybe just a multiplex. I don't even really know what that is, but I mean, I think I can imagine it in my head, but there's like many different things to do. And maybe some of you went out recently, hopefully, and had a fun time or played some games, okay? In a building that is like multi-purpose, I think is what we want to say there. Okay, Spirit just said crocodile. So some of you may have been seeing crocodiles recently, but Spirit also said Crocodile Dundee. Okay, which reminds me of Australia. So we may have some Australian peeps joining us in pile number 1. And let's see. Okay, I just heard Blue Ivy, which I believe is the daughter of Beyonce and Jay-Z. So maybe some of you saw a picture of her, you thought, wow, she's gotten so old, or you just saw her name, or you thought something cool about her name. Anyway, or maybe you just were reading an article about that, but let's go ahead and see. Okay, I just heard pockets on the moon, which is very interesting, or like how the moon is like pocked, you know, how it has like little holes in the surface of it, but also like pockets in the moon. Maybe it feels to me kind of like a nursery rhyme or a story that a parent read to their child about the moon. Maybe some of you had that growing up, or you've done that yourself as a parent. Pockets in the moon. Interesting. It just kind of reminds me of being like all snuggled up in a bed with the sheets all around you. And of course, it just also makes me think of Hot Pockets. All right, pile number 1. So let's go ahead and see, is there anything else for pile number 1 that we would want pile number 1 to know, please? Okay, Spirit just said red licorice. So maybe some of you had a little bit of red licorice, or you had something with that flavor. Anyway, I know Jameson, the whiskey, has that like black licorice kind of taste to it, right? Well, maybe that's not Jameson. Which one is that has that? I forget. Anyway, no, it's not Jameson. It's another one that has it. Anyway, also Spirit is saying to me like Schlotzsky's, which is a deli. Maybe some of you just went to a deli, or you got a sandwich somewhere, or Schlotzsky's. Would that be like Polish, or like Eastern European or Polish or something like that? Maybe some of you are having that heritage. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it and find out why all the mixed signals. All right, we have Temperance on the bottom of the deck, which indicates somebody who is trying something out but maybe isn't completely sure of what they're doing yet, and it's kind of like a trial and error thing. Okay, but let's go ahead and get more information. I'm just going to go ahead and put Temperance right there. Also, maybe being a little bit hesitant, or somebody who wants to dip their toe into the dating pool a bit, but doesn't really want to get too far into it. Okay. And this person may be focused on, other areas of their life, or other areas of their life that they would like to grow. But I feel like someday in the future, this person would like to have like an amazing soulmate, all encompassing connection with someone. Okay. It just may be at this time that they're really focused and concentrated on some other things in their life that they're trying to grow. Okay. And that's okay. I feel like I'm seeing like a porcupine, or like a rat, or a porcupine, or almost like a cartoon pet porcupine, which is so funny. Anyway, pile number 1. So let's go ahead and get more information here. We could have, I'm already getting, Sagittarius is associated with Temperance in the tarot, but I'm also seeing Aquarius here. Okay, fire signs in general, but let's go ahead and tap in. We have the 9 of Cups. Oh, so excited. Pile number 1. Woot, woot. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the Moon. Oh my gosh, that's so funny, because I was channeling the Moon and talking about moon pockets and hot pockets and all of that. So with the Moon, of course, the Moon is always going to give a lot of mixed signals for sure. And the moolah, that's funny. Moolah as in money, right? The Queen of Pentacles, the moolah. Also, moolah, I think, is a nakshatra in Vedic astrology, if I remember correctly, but having to do with Scorpio, I think. But anyway, so we have the Moon card here, and the Moon in the tarot is the ruler of flux and reflux. So that means, like going up and going down, going up and going down. And the Moon card indicates that there is some fear that this person is experiencing, and hesitancy is what I would say here, because the unknown is very iffy. You know what I mean? Pile number 1. And we're going to get more into the reading, but it just feels like there's maybe like a lot of emotions in and out of different emotions, which may be causing, a little bit of turmoil, or a little bit of just congestion is also what I'm getting to, like congestion in the mind, or somebody who's just literally congested. Okay. And the Moon can also be an indication of like poor health too, or somebody who's not doing so well from a health perspective, okay? And the moon can be this vacillating energy where we don't really know what we want, right? And I feel like this person is saying, you know, that they have a really good time with you with the Nine of Cups and Queen of Pentacles, that, you know, you're definitely pile number one. You're definitely one of those quality people. In this case, I don't feel it's something that you did that was like throwing this person off. I don't think it's really anything about you, because I do think that this person likes you, okay, with the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles in the tarot is Capricorn. So we may have some Capricorn people or moon and Capricorn people here with the moon. But, you know, I think this person is very focused. Actually, I feel this person is vacillating between, you know, their responsibilities and the things that they have to do and know and carry every day, okay? And the Queen of Pentacles can indicate a lot of family responsibilities, a lot of, you know, extra work, a lot of also just like feeling responsible, you know? And the Queen of Pentacles and the Moon card can talk about feeling responsible for other people's feelings. And with the Nine of Cups, we kind of want to just let loose and have a good time, smiles all around. We just kind of want to dissolve into the experience. It's a Jupiter and Pisces card. And interestingly, Jupiter just went retrograde, and it will be retrograding, Jupiter will be retrograding back into Pisces. So so it feels like we're covering old territory. And the moon definitely shows where there is old territory kind of like circling. And, you know, it's like this old thing again. And maybe some of you are kind of noticing a cycle or a pattern as well, okay? It's like easy does it, you know, with Temperance. But I do feel like you're not going crazy, pile number one. This person likes to have fun with you. You know, you put a smile on their face. You make them laugh. There's something about your personality that is like, you know, fun or amusing to them in a positive way. Okay. And, you know, it's like, I like you with this Ace of Cup right here at the center, but with the Four of Cups on the right and on the left, it's like, I like you, but I'm not exactly sure of what I want. I like you, but I'm overly committed with other things, so it's hard for me to make any promises about the future. Okay, and someone here may be a parent as well, which adds, you know, to their plate and adds to everything that needs to get done, okay? So it's like, I want to have a good time and I want to enjoy myself. And I feel like this person is saying that their heart genuinely like leaps and smiles when they think of pile number one. But at the same time, I feel like this person is, you know, hesitant. And I also feel that relationships have brought them, you know, like a sense of discomfort at various times in their life, okay? And this person likes to know like what's going on. You know what I'm saying, pile number one? And so it's like they're either all the way on or they're waffling is kind of what I'm getting. But let's see what else here. Let's see what else. We have the first house in the body. I feel like also what they're saying here is it starts out fun, but then it ends up being a hassle. Okay, and the Queen of Pentacles and the Moon definitely feels like a drag and a hassle when you put those two, you know, those two energies together. Also, this person could be having issues with their body as well. We have the first house and the body, okay? So it's like, you know, my mind is telling me yes, but my body is telling me no, all right? And you guys may know that song as R. Kelly. I don't see anything wrong with a little bump and grind, okay? But at the same time, you know, the moon, as I said in the earlier, can indicate like physical health or like dragging physically, okay? So something about the body. And also, with the Nine of Cups in the body, wanting to get loose, wanting to get free, wanting to get fancy free, wanting to feel good in the moment, that type of thing. But then later feeling guilty with the moon here, or just feeling like, gee, I don't know, like now I'm confused. I don't know if I should have done that, okay? So we have here the Wizard of Awareness, and interesting. So this wizard is looking at the first house. I feel like this person is looking at themselves and looking at their life and trying to understand, what it is that they want, and trying to be more self-aware, okay? Because the moon can sometimes like cloud our judgment and make us feel like we're not making decisions from a, center grounded place, okay? But this person really trying, I also feel like this person is trying to understand where you're coming from, pile number 1, okay? And I'm seeing the initial R here. I'm also seeing AR, which could be a reference to Arkansas, first name, last name. I'm getting the name Alyssa or Lissa, like that type of name. I'm seeing an E here for an initial, and I'm seeing a B and a V or an 8, okay, a number 8 here as well, and a P, okay? So those are some initials that I'm getting just out the gate here. But yeah, they're definitely, also I feel this wizard here is very aware mentally, but the body does seem a bit broken down. And you know what? I do think somebody has a cold or isn't feeling too good. A cold or a cough. I mentioned congestion earlier, and I'm seeing the red nose here. So I do think this person thinks that something is up with their body, or something is up with, something's up with their body. I'm also seeing toolkit, which maybe someone works with tools, but I'm just seeing the word toolkit here. Also kit as a name. I'm also seeing tostada, okay, like a tostada to eat. But anyway, this person trying to understand like what's going on with them, okay? So I think they're trying to understand what's going on with their body. Something could be up with their body, pile number 1. Like they want to have a good time, 9 of Cups, but they're feeling kind of heavy and kind of low. Here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Moon, self-confidence also might even be kind of down, okay? We have Ghost here with the Moon and Ghost. So, when this person is not feeling too hot or isn't feeling too great, they do ghost, and I feel like they know why, okay? With this Wizard of Awareness, they know why they ghost, pile number 1. They know. It's not like they don't know, is what I'm seeing here. They know why. It's not confusing to them. They understand why. I do think it has something to do with their health or body, okay? And I do think they want to come off with the 9 of Cups, like very cheerful, very energetic, with the first house and the 9 of Cups, like cheerful, energetic, happy, okay? But the Queen of Pentacles and the Moon show someone who's not that happy, and it could be a physical issue or a mental health issue. We have cleanse here. Okay, so when this person needs space and time and they need to, figure their shit out, I feel like pile number 1 is when they have a tendency to ghost. And with the Queen of Pentacles here, I feel like this person doesn't really like to tell other people what's going on with them, doesn't really like other people to know like what's going on with their health or their body. I do think this person has a tendency to kind of like hold things in, okay? And I'm seeing somebody with red hair too, okay? With curly hair, red curly hair, a little bit of poofy or like red hair, also shorter red hair, okay? But there's like humidity, okay? So there's some humidity going on. And you guys got the sunrise over the mountain, right? And you can see the mountains in the background of the Queen of Pentacles, okay? So it's really hard to look up and notice like what's good going on around you when you feel you're like in an eternal dark night of the soul with the moon, okay? And I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses for this person, pile number one. I think it genuinely is confusing because they come off as being, with Temperance and the Nine of Cups, they come off as being, you know, like interested, wanting to, you know, try something out, really liking your personality, liking your energy, liking your vibe, okay? And also, okay, here's another thing I'm getting, pile number one, is, and take it if it resonates, it may only be for a few of you, but I am getting the energy of somebody who maybe drinks too much, okay? Or maybe like pushes themselves too far physically. And for some of you, because Temperance is also that energy of moderation, right? But I am getting an energy of somebody who, you know, is like happy-go-lucky and really fun, but underneath it, really struggling with some stuff. Now, pile number one, this may also be you too. There may be some things that you're struggling with as well, okay? And for some of you, I am getting an energy of this person trying to analyze you, to understand like what is up with you, you know, when it comes to your body or your habits or the things that you do. If you're partying too much or drinking too much or, you know, this type of thing, okay? So, you know, take it if it resonates, pile number one. And, you know, obviously this person is not judge and jury of you, but I also feel like this person thinks in spirals about this situation a lot, because you see the spirals here. And I think their thoughts kind of go around and around and around. And I do think they're like studying you and studying like what you're doing and what you're up to and the way that you live your life, okay? And some of them could think that you have like a really fun personality or a really sexy bod, like that type of thing, or they're attracted, but they're also, you know, like not sure maybe about the emotional connection aspect of it, okay? Because the emotional aspect of it may feel kind of heavy. And that doesn't mean that, you know, you're a depressed, insufferable person, pile number one. It just means, and like, there's nothing wrong with feeling depressed either. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It happens to a lot of people, that type of thing. But I also think sometimes within people, they sort of trigger those feelings, you know, and sometimes just being around a certain type of person or in a certain type of situation will kind of like trigger feelings like that in someone, even if they're not, even if it's the moon, even if it is an illusion, even if it's not like truly who you are, okay? Because we see somebody here who really likes to have a good time, Nine of Cups, and then we see the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who's like very serious and determined to get on with it, okay? And I do feel like this person may get confused sometimes about like you in general, okay? And you know, like, you know, I think they're trying to understand things about you, but I think they're kind of thrown off as well here. Maybe not even through any fault of your own, pile number one. I feel like it's kind of something maybe a little warped in their mind, all right, with this moon. And then we have ghost and cleanse. So then they need to kind of like get away from the energy, or they need to take care of themselves, or they need to just ride out the storm. So then they're not around, and then they come back feeling more refreshed here with this cleansed energy. And, you know, it's just like they really don't want you to see the process in between, you know, like the moon is very much in between. You know, they don't really want you to see that part, I feel like. We have here, I finally see, and shadow work, okay? So this person, you know, is the Wizard of Awareness, and they're seeing some things about themselves when it comes to like their own physical health, their own body, and the way that they've been living their life, okay? And I do think this person, like I said, somebody here may drink too much, somebody here may, I'm not making any judgments, pile number one, I'm just saying, I do think this person's in an internal struggle at times to really like understand why they feel kind of these ups and downs, okay? We have here, I'm drowning in my despair for you, despair. Okay, so I feel like this person is saying, I wish things could be a different way, okay? But I also feel like they may have misinterpreted you, pile number one, okay? And it's like they've told themselves, if only pile number one was like more this way or more da-da-da or whatever, or from the beginning, if pile number one would have been more like blah, 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 okay? Like, because I feel like when you met them or when you started talking to them, it was all good vibes with the Nine of Cups in the first house. Like there was a lot of resonating energy between you and this person, okay? But I feel like the more that they examine things, the more like unsure they get, or the more like the more confused they get, okay? But they're saying here, I finally see, okay? I mean, this Wizard of Awareness is looking at himself essentially and realizing some projections here, I feel like too. All right, but this person is saying, I'm drowning in my despair for you, okay? And I mean, one or both of you are at different times. I feel like pile number one, maybe there's been times you've been drowning in despair for this person. Maybe there's been times they've been drowning in despair for you, because I'm seeing these spiralic energies that are just kind of like fluctuating all over the place, okay? And I feel like this person is genuinely wondering, like, what is going on with me? Why do I feel this way? Okay, and then we have this, I finally see shadow work, okay? So that would be the goal, that they would kind of finally see what's in front of them. We have 444, okay? I am protected, the energy of 444. Trust your journey, trust the way your life unfolds, and trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment now. Okay, and I feel like with this moon energy and this Queen of Pentacles, this person may have a hard time trusting their journey, okay? Or they may have a hard time trusting their happiness here too, or have trouble sometimes trusting the way that their life is unfolding, because, you know, the moon is the ruler of flux and reflex. So, you know, love can be up and down, relationships can be up and down, life can be up and down, right? And the effect that that has on our physical self and on our mental health and emotional health and all of that. The moon is pretty like unstable energy is as well. Pile number one, it's a very difficult path on the tree of life. It's, you know, it's a difficult path and it's not easy. And there's a lot of illusions and illusions within ourselves, you know, that we're trying to understand about ourselves, okay? So also I feel this is a message for you guys as well, that you are protected and to trust your journey. And I feel like the worst is really behind you, okay? And I do feel like some of you have been through quite a lot of changes, pile number one. And I do think you've held on to like your values and your integrity. And I do think better days are ahead, okay? Also with the Queen of Pentacles and the moon, we could have somebody who is kind of like suppressing their emotions, okay? So this person kind of like ghosting when they're not like trusting something about the present moment, okay? And that could have to do with the past as well, because the moon kind of pulls us back into the past and into those old fears. You know what I'm saying? We have here, wouldn't you know it, we have the solar plexus chakra, okay? And that's actually like opposite to the moon, okay? Because the solar plexus is more about radiating that sun energy or that Mars energy. It definitely feels, with the solar plexus, it feels like sunrise over a mountain, you know? And actually I was in Sedona at the Airport Mesa vortex, which is the vortex associated with the solar plexus. And I was there like in the morning time, pretty early morning time, feeling that sunshine. And there is something very powerful about that and affirming about knowing your path and your direction and what you want, okay? And the solar plexus, I feel like for this person, pile number 1 is a little bit weak. And, it could be digestion issues too with the solar plexus. We have the number 3 here. And then we also have the 3 here with this Wizard of Awareness. So I do think this person is becoming aware that they need to point themselves in a more purposeful direction in their life, okay? And I think they are finally starting to see how their patterns are like affecting things here. We have the Hierophant, okay? So I don't like change. I don't want change. We've been doing things the same way. I don't really want anything different. I want things to remain the way that they are, okay? And could be real stubborn energy as well with the Hierophant. And the Hierophant in the tarot is the revealer of mysteries, okay? So I also feel like this person has been like sitting on a lot of things. And I do feel like they feel kind of like sluggish and heavy and that they haven't really wanted to reveal much, okay? And this could also have to do with their diet and what they feed their head with every day too, like what they're absorbing and learning and doing every day, okay? I feel like this person has some bad habits that undermine their physical health, okay? Somebody here could have neck issues, throat issues, congestion is also what I'm seeing here, okay? I'm also kind of feeling repressed anger. I just have to tell you, pile number 1, what I'm getting. And then we have the Knight of Wands, right? So that's a mixed signal right there. If there was a definition of a mixed signal, it would be these two, okay? And the Knight of Wands in the tarot is Leo, and the Hierophant is Taurus, and Taurus and Leo in the tarot or in astrology form a natural square to one another, okay? So Taurus squares Leo. So, I don't know whether I'm coming or going type of energy, okay? And the Hierophant is not really seeing any reason to change their life and maybe even be a little bit annoyed or aggravated with things being different, And it's like the Hierophant is saying like, this is the way that it is, okay? Actually, the Hierophant is saying there's more beneath the surface, okay? There's more that meets the eye. But I feel like what this person is communicating to you is this is all that there is what meets the eye. But with the Hierophant, I do feel like there's something going on under the surface, but this person isn't budging and isn't wanting to reveal what is going on under the surface. Because with the Moon here, I do feel like there are some possible secrets or things underneath the surface, okay? And I do, like with the Hierophant, somebody may be wanting to keep like a very steady image or not wanting anybody to see them when they're at a low moment. You know what I mean? Just constant, like no change. Okay, so I do think that's opposite from a mixed signal, right? But it is a mixed signal when the other part of this person is moving forward to passionately secure what it is that they want. So we have the immovable object paired with the most movable object with the lightning flash, okay, of the Knight of Wands. So these two energies are having a hard time reconciling with each other and having a hard time understanding each other. The Knight of Wands doesn't want to give up and says, there's always something more that we could do. And the Hierophant is like, no, like I already told you, okay? Also, there could be an issue here with listening because the Hierophant has to do with hearing, with the sense, like the 5 senses. The Hierophant has to do with hearing. So it's like, you're not really listening to me, okay? So somebody kind of badgering the other person and maybe not really listening, all right? And yeah, so I'm kind of getting an energy from this person, pile number one. If you try to, if you try to take the reins in your own hands and approach them, I think you might get met with this. Like if you try to maybe, I think in their mind, they would consider it overreaching. So if you try to get all up in their world, I feel like what you're going to get is like a frosty, cold door slammed in your face. Okay. So I feel like this person likes it when they can come to you on their terms, pile number one. All right. And I don't feel like they're going to stop really like coming to you or seeing you, or I'm not getting an energy of like something being over. I'm just getting an energy of somebody being like, well, this is on my terms. Okay. Straight up 6 o'clock right now. And you're reading pile number one. The number 6 may be important. Someone may have a June birthday, or their birthday is like the 15th, adding up to a 6, or on the 6th. But anyway, I also just got April 6th. Okay. But, you know, I don't think that's the really infuriating part. I feel like pile number one, and some of you may have actually put a stop to this or decided you're not going to give as much energy to it anymore. And normally you were like very like loving and sweet and so happy to see this person, but lately you've been having boundaries or holding back energy. Okay. And I do think this person drowns in despair for you at times. And it might, you know, the situation may need you withdrawing from it and, you know, kind of like putting up a strong front to them. Okay. But I don't know how many emotional games you want to play with yourself to get the situation to balance out. That's the thing that is kind of annoying me about this pile number one, because, you know, there's not a lot of communication. Okay. This person wants you to hear them out, or, you know, what I told you the first time, like listen to what I'm saying, and you want to see action. And, you know, truth be told, pile number one, sometimes this person, you know, probably wants to rip your clothes off too. All right. With the Hierophant and the Knight of Wands, it's a very like sensual energy of Taurus and Leo. Okay. You know, it's very passionate. It's very fiery. It's very determined, you know, doesn't want to give up. It's all of that. Okay. And I do feel like there's moments when this person has like a genuine desire to pursue you or to get up on you. You know what I'm saying, pile number one? Or to show up like that at your door or something, okay? And yeah, you know, I mean, I don't think this person is really going to stop doing that, because the Knight of Wands really has no intention of stopping anything. I mean, it will go until its energy reserves are exhausted. So, you know, I mean, fine, okay, but I mean, maybe it's you guys who are closing the door and saying, you know, I finally see, and I need to protect my own energy here from these ghosts that go bump in the night, you know? Pile number one, I ain't afraid of no ghost, right? You guys know the Ghostbusters? I ain't afraid of no ghost. The Hierophant would definitely not be afraid of any ghosts, because the Hierophant's like, you know, I'm the middle man or woman between this world and the other realms anyway, so you can throw whatever ghosts you want at me. I don't care. You know, get your act together. All right? So maybe you guys are taking more of a definitive role in that direction. All right? But there is a lot of back and forth in general between you two. And what I'm seeing, pile number one, is you and this person not really being able to get comfortable in like what your role is. You know, it's always switching up with the moon, and sometimes it's hot and sometimes it's not. And sometimes you're hot and they're not. And sometimes they're hot and you're not. So it's a bit of a, what I see here is a failure to kind of like bring temperance, you know, because if you can embrace temperance, then you can kind of like settle into a rhythm. You know, temperance is all about a vibrational pattern in the universe. So you can like settle into a rhythm, you know, but with the moon, it's very hard to do that. okay? Because there's just like emotional instability, all right? So that's kind of what I'm feeling, why there are a lot of mixed signals here. And let's go ahead and see for pile number one. Spirit, what is your advice for pile number one regarding this connection? What is your advice? I feel like some of you have had multiple connections like this, you know, or maybe some of you are actually dealing with one or two connections that are down this path, okay? So, but let's go ahead and see. You know, you have to, in relationships, you kind of have to settle in to something. I mean, be flexible, but also, you know, like feel comfortable with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So Spirit, what is your advice here for pile number uno momento? 5 of Cups, okay? If we're holding on to something that no longer really makes us feel emotionally fulfilled or brings us any sense of happiness, then we're missing out on better opportunities to carpe diem and seize the day, okay? I do think this situation could have brought you guys a lot of unhappiness, pile number one, or at this point, the balance may have tipped more towards, you know, feeling like crap, okay? And if that's the case, then, you know, the 5 of Cups in the tarot is the Lord of the Lord of loss and pleasure. So that means like what I was doing before or what was bringing me joy before is no longer bringing me pleasure. You know, I've lost my get up and go. My get up and go must have got up and went, you know, and it's a Mars and Scorpio card. So it's like very deep. And there are some like wounds to lick here. I feel pile number one, and maybe some of you want to do that in peace, and you know that this situation is kind of a clusterfuck, and you're like, yeah, I gotta lick my wounds in peace, I guess, you know? And I think one of the reasons maybe you guys have been kind of, I mean, it's okay to be in grief, just first and foremost. It's totally fine to be experiencing grief, okay? But the 5 of Cups can indicate an emotional loss, or where we feel like we've lost part of, maybe even part of who we are at times. And it's just a rough position to be in, pile number one, and I get that. But I also feel like there's so much waiting for you. However, that may make you a little bit nervous too. Like, okay, so if this doesn't succeed, then I guess I'm back to the drawing board, all right? With the 7 of Cups, I guess I'm back to square one, you know? I guess everything I thought was the truth is a lie, you know, this type of thing can be very, very unsettling. And but I see with the Chariot here and the Queen of Cups, you know, we've got a lot of Cancer energy there, but I can see that you guys are, you know, wanting to move in the direction of your feelings and your gut instincts and where you feel life is pulling you. But I feel like some of you think until this issue kind of gets a little bit more settled up, you know, settled or sorted out, that it's a little hard, okay? Like wanting to move forward on something emotionally, but not really knowing how, okay? And, you know, I mean, pile number one, my advice to you would be to, you know, not delay anything that you want, okay? And I know it takes some time to kind of like organize yourself in your life and settle on certain things, maybe for some of you in pile number one, but I do think it's important to keep that emotional energy. It's like, I still want to be in this. Queen of Cups, there's the King of Cups right there, okay? But we have the 7 of Swords, the Lord of unstable effort, and justice in between them. And it's like, okay, if we cannot be together, then and be honest with each other and be real with each other and be around each other in some type of genuine way, then I'm just gonna have to cut it off, okay, basically, because it's not fair to me anymore, regardless of how beautiful of a match we are, the King and Queen of Cups, okay? And I do think some of you need to move forward emotionally, but that may be a little bit hard to do right now, considering we're in some grief with the 5 of Cups. So my advice, pile number one, would be to take your time, okay? I mean, I feel like the passion, the sexual passion and everything is still there. The orgy of it all, pile number one, is still there. But I just feel like, you know, the emotional connection is waning, you know, and I think some of you can feel it, okay? So let yourself feel your feelings, and when the time is right, you'll know like where you want to point your chariot or what direction you want to go in, all right? It may take a little bit of time, pile number one, but I do feel like better days ahead for you, okay? And in the meantime, Spirit wants you to know that you're protected, okay? Your outcomes and what you've been working so hard on with the Queen of Pentacles is protected. So thank you so much, pile number one. Let me know if that reading resonated for you. I'd love to hear your comments or your thoughts. And feel free to like, share, or subscribe. I also have a tip jar if you enjoyed the reading in the description box. Thank you so much, pile number one. Take care. Okay, let's move on. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the sunrise over the water. And you know what that made me think of? That song by Norah Jones called Sunrise, Sunrise. Seems like, you know, what is it? Seems like heaven in your eyes and the day has just begun. Sunrise, sunrise. Anyway, it's an old song by Norah Jones. It's a really pretty love song. Look it up, Norah Jones, Sunrise, pile number two. But sunrise over the water, very good choice, pile number two. And we are gonna go and look at your reading, okay? We're gonna find out why we are getting mixed signals from this person for you, pile number two, okay? So let's go ahead and start with some channeled messages. I just had a little nose itch, bibbity bobbity boo. You know what I heard, pile number two? There's a new Hocus Pocus coming out around, I think, October or Halloween time or something. But anyway, I was like, whoa, when I heard that. Okay, pile number two, let's go ahead and get some channeled messages. Okay, so something about earning a person's way, or earning your way to kind of be done with the situation, because I heard earning my way out of it, okay? So maybe some of you were in jobs you didn't like, or finance, because I did see a dollar bill, so maybe it's a monetary situation that you're dealing with right now. Pile number two, but Spirit is showing me something about earning someone's way out of it and a dollar bill, okay? It's all about the Benjamins, pile number two. So let's go ahead and see for my pile number twos. Let's get more information. Okay, Spirit's giving me the Ferris wheel, which kind of, you know, reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot. Yeah, so moving in the right direction with your destiny, pile number two, the Wheel of Fortune, okay, or a Ferris wheel, okay. I just heard something like in stereo and saw a boom box, or, I mean, boom boxes are kind of not around these days, but sometimes people have boom boxes in their cars, which is interesting, or I don't know, maybe some people actually have a boom box, but maybe you got a boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying, pile number two? Maybe you guys have a box that, a boom, boom box. Anyway, pile number two. And I just heard, you know, I just heard something about a yo-yo, or like being up and down like a yo-yo, or being on this roller coaster, this type of energy. It's the roller coaster of love. Roller coaster of love, pile number two, okay? Are you guys hitting the amusement park here? Okay, with all these references, I just got the word Frankfurt, which is a place in Germany, so we could have some German people joining us, or someone who has ancestry there. Also, it just reminds me of hot dogs too, so I have to say maybe some of you had a hot dog or something as well. But anyway, you're like, yeah, with relish and onion and everything, Natalie. Good for you, pile number two. Let's see. Well, hot diggity dog, pile number two. Let's see. Let's see what else for pile number two. Okay. Spirit is talking to me about musicals, or something about musicals, okay? Like, you know, like old school musicals. Maybe somebody here was in theater growing up, or took some classes, or would like to take some classes, theater stuff, or musicals. Maybe someone here is really into musicals. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what else. I just heard, yeah, I'd be in a musical, but I'm like tone deaf or something like that. Okay, pile number 2. So maybe you really enjoy stuff like that. Let's see. Anything else for pile number 2 today, Spirit, regarding their channeled messages? Okay, Spirit just showed me a stethoscope, which, you know, of course, you listen to the heartbeat and the lungs. Okay, so maybe someone had a doctor visit recently, or veterinarian visit, doctor visit, something like that, okay? Or, you know, they even take your blood pressure at the dentist these days, pile number 2, but maybe someone works in the medical field here too as well for my pile number 2s, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get into it and find out why all the mixed signals. Oop, there's the moon on the bottom of the deck, and the moon came through in pile number 1 as well. So the moon is the queen of mixed signals. So we will put her in her appropriate spot on the throne there. And here we have the 7 of Pentacles as well. So really feeling kind of stuck, like, you know, there's a lot of ambiguity, but I can't really do anything about it, okay? And I was talking about money and coin and earning certain things. You know, sometimes you have to earn enough to kind of like get your way out of a situation, which I know how that goes, pile number 2. But, you know, being dissatisfied and feeling, maybe some of you having some doubts or kind of feeling like, you know, like, God, you know, what did I do to deserve this? Or maybe feeling, you know, sometimes with the 7 of Pentacles and the moon, it's like, I put in all this effort, but like, it's not getting me really where I want to be. So maybe I should just like give up. Okay. But sometimes we see ourselves in a stuck position because we don't want to take the road ahead, because that means change. And if we change, that may make us feel like a failure. You know what I'm saying, pile number 2? So some of you may have that kind of energy just around you and in your energy field right now. And some of you may have a work situation or monetary situation that you're really mulling over right now too, okay? Because there's the realities of life, and then there's what we want to do, which might be like sleep all day with the moon, okay? But let's go ahead and find out why all the mixed signals for my pile number 2s. Oh, the High Priestess. Oh my. Well, she is ruled by the moon, and she is the source of all water in the tarot. And you guys got the sunrise over the water. So there's a lot of water here. There's a whole lot of water. You guys know, I think it's by Doja Cat. There's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker, whatever. I don't remember it, but there's a whole lot of water, all right? And lots of it, okay? And I mean, I think you guys can actually be like pretty, I mean, I feel you guys are very intuitive in pile number 2. So, I mean, if somebody's going to be giving you mixed signals that you don't really understand, that says a lot about this person's ability to make a mixed signal, okay? Because I feel like you guys pick up on a lot of signals, you know, maybe too much half the time, okay? We have Temperance here. That's funny. Temperance was in pile number 1 as well. And we have the 10 of Cups, okay? So with Temperance, we see the need to take things slowly and maybe not get too excited about things right away. And, but like really wanting something and really wanting, you know, the universe to smile upon us, okay? And I do feel like, I mean, talk about mixed signals, okay? Because I feel like with the 10 of Cups, sometimes this person, it seems like you two are like, you know, thinking the same thoughts, or maybe even like picking up on each other's thoughts or finishing each other's sentences, or it's like, damn, like we could be soulmates over here with the 10 of Cups, okay? And I mean, it's feeling like, wow, this person and I have a ton in common, and we would actually, like, we could actually be really good together, and, you know, my strengths would complement them and vice versa. And, you know, we could help each other. Like, there's just a really good energy, okay? And I can see here there is a there is a hope for this vision in the future, okay? But I feel like with Temperance, it's like, we kind of have to, I do feel like this, because Temperance is all about a vibration too. So I do feel like this person is sending you good energy, pile number 2. I do. And if you're picking up on that psychically, I think they are. And I think you are their type. And I think there is an attraction there. Okay. And with Temperance in the middle, with the mixing of the 2 cups and the feelings and the emotions back and forth, I do think there is genuine emotion and feeling, enlightenment, good energies, spiritual energies going back and forth between you and this person. And I think there is a genuine hope that, if we play our cards right here, something really extraordinary could come out of this situation. Okay. And, but I am seeing somebody who is being a little bit passive here though, pile number 2. It's like sometimes being like in love with a vision, but not exactly in the reality. Do you know what I'm saying? And the High Priestess can be where we are getting, like with the Moon and the 10 of Cups, and Temperance can kind of be where we're getting lost in fantasy, okay? And like with Temperance though, I do feel like this person sees how something could work between you two, okay? And I think they genuinely like you as a friend, as a lover, as a whatever. Like they genuinely, like I think you guys feel very familiar to them with the 10 of Cups, or you feel like family to them, okay? There's so many good things. It's hard to even think about what could be potentially bad. You know what I mean? But I do think this person has some worries, okay? And it's like, I have this dream and this goal and like what I would like to achieve and like my ideal situation. And I feel like I could see pile number 2 like fitting into that for sure. And I know it takes effort. I know it takes, time and all of that. And time may be something that's an issue. Like, it's like, I want this, but right now isn't the best time with the 7 of Pentacles and the Moon, okay? And this person, I love the High Priestess, but she can also be like, I think she's fascinating, but she also can be kind of like cold and expressionless, okay? And she does represent that energy of Gimel, or the camel that takes us across the abyss, okay, in the dark night of the soul. So she really has that unchanging, sometimes cold and expressionless kind of face to her, while underneath it there's a whole world that we don't even know exists, okay? And I also feel like this person is trying, I do feel like they're fantasizing though about you, pile number 2 with the High Priestess, okay? I think there is a part of them right now that is a little bit like, upset because they have to keep doing something even though maybe they'd rather be with you, okay? And there's something that they have to continue tolerating, or they have to continue doing, because if they don't, I think it would either A, look really bad, or B, maybe being worried that this is the road less traveled with pile number 2, or this is like something I don't know if I can handle with the 7 of Pentacles and the Moon, because there may have to be a lot of changes, or there may have to be a lot of, and this person may be worried about somebody else's anger, okay? I feel some people here could already be in a relationship, and, this may only be for a few of you, but I just have to say it. I feel like you or this person, or maybe both of you, could be in a relationship, but there is this kind of thing with the Moon and the 7 of Pentacles of, I'm not really happy with my life, but I also don't really see how it could be any different. And so I just stay in this pattern with the High Priestess, because it's technically not a bad life. So I just kind of stay in this pattern and tolerate it, and put my happiness on the back burner for someday in the future, okay? And for some people here too, pile number 2, I'm getting that this person may have a problem with doubt, or they may have a problem with self-confidence, okay? And I think it's a pattern within them that has kept them like far too passive and maybe like too, also I feel like this person may sometimes get worried that they are perceived as being weak, you know, because they sometimes don't really go after things, okay? And they have a tendency to kind of settle or accept things as they are, okay? And I feel like some of them have been unhappy for a long time, pile number 2, so it's really nothing new under the sun for them to kind of be unhappy, okay? And we can see that this person is definitely, you know, not happy. And they could also be afraid of somebody else's reaction if they were to like make a move or do something different, okay? And you know, with the High Priestess, we can talk about penetrating the veil, you know, the mystery between you two, the feelings that exist on the astral plane, the dream time, the fantasy, all right? The, you know, I mean, I feel like you guys kind of rock this person's world, pile number 2. Like you definitely, looking at you, I feel like sometimes reminds them of what they don't have or what they don't get to keep, which is you, or they don't get to have, you know? And some people are, you know, they're reticent to, some people are just a little too timid sometimes about pursuing what it is that they want, you know? And as much as they yearn and burn and, you know, 69, star 69, pile number 2. Anyway, you guys know me. As much as they yearn and they burn and they've got, you know, that within them, there's not a lot of action, you know? And I mean, Temperance is really the most action-oriented card here, but even Temperance in this case has been tempered into just, I feel like, tolerating what is. So there is something going on with that, and we're gonna find out more information. We have fire element and desire. Yeah, this person, and you know, they feel the desire. They feel it underneath the surface. They feel it in their jeans. They feel it in their pants. They feel, pile number 2, they got desires, okay? And it may seem like on the outside, because at times, like, I do feel they're very happy to see you, and they really like you, and some of you may be friends with this person too, and there really is a flirty vibe between you two. There's compatibilities between you both, okay? And I do feel like this person finds you like very intriguing and mysterious and like very kind and beautiful. And you know that song, like, you say it best when you say nothing at all? I feel like that's the High Priestess, just like just one look type of energy. Okay, I did a reading called Just One Look, maybe a few readings back, maybe you should check that out. But anyway, we see desire is actually bubbling up in this person, but there's not a lot that they feel they can do with it, okay? With the 7 of Pentacles and the moon sitting on top of desire, okay? And I do feel like this person desires you, you know, it's there, pile number 2. And yeah, and we have card 37 here, so someone here could be around that age. We also have, I also see 32, 40, and 37, okay? So we may have some people around those ages in this connection. We have card number 6 and the Mountain, okay? So it's like I desire pile number 2, but it just feels like so crazy. Like, how would I even do this? Like with Temperance, you know, people think Temperance is like a really easy card in the tarot. Like, it's like, oh yeah, it's the angel, like mixing the fire and the water. It's like, no, like Temperance actually, the sensory experience associated with Temperance is anger, because It's when we keep trying to work on something and work on something and work on it, but we're not really like seeing the results that we want to. And maybe, you know, there's this, because we're not angels, we're human beings, you know, so we start to get frustrated, we start to get upset, you know. And so I do feel like this person, there's areas of this person's life that they're like merely tolerating for the sake of, you know, being polite. I also just got the word indifferent. So this person may struggle with, you know, apathy or indifference at times. Their moods may fluctuate. They may struggle a little bit with depression at times, pile number 2, or just like finding it hard to see a better life for themselves, okay? And we have the Mountain here, and so it's like, I'm tired. It's like, I got so much desire, but I am tired, okay? And I do think that this person, like, they love the idea of you, and they love the idea of you two being together, the 10 of Cups, and they really see that your guys' energies mesh well, Temperance, okay? But I also feel like this person could be like working an awful lot. They could be like, you know, canceling a date with you. It's like, oh, I'll make it up to you, or we'll have fun in the future, or, you know, I'm going to take you out for that drink one day, or something like that, you know. But it just seems like they never really like act on anything. And at times they may feel that it's just like too much. Also, this Mountain looks like the Mountain is yawning and the eyes are closed. So this person could also just be really friggin' tired, okay, pile number 2. So that could be a problem too, like being really like physically tired or worn out. But I also feel like you guys are kind of like rolling your eyes right now, because you're like, well, that's kind of an excuse, you know, because like we had plans and I was looking forward to it, and I'm getting tired of trying to figure out what is going on with this person. I feel like sometimes they think like they want to be happy with someone, but at other times they don't really want to put in the effort. With the 7 of Pentacles and the Moon, like they get tired, they get, you know, they get discouraged. They, you know, the 7 of Pentacles in the tarot is the Lord of unfulfilled success. And the Moon, with the Moon, it's like, I don't really feel that great about myself, or I feel like sometimes relationships are more trouble than they're worth. Like, you know, I don't know if I really want to change things. It's these kinds of hesitations that I feel like keep this person. And it's a shame, really, pile number 2, because I do feel like there could be some real synergy between you and this person. And you certainly could get along well, or get on well with it. Fear. Yeah, this person having a lot of fear and making excuses for why things don't work out, or why things, and this person may actually have a weird thing about relationships with women, you know. And with the High Priestess and fear here, this person may have been with some pretty rough characters, or they may have had a history of being pretty unhappy in relationships, like going in with the best intentions with Temperance and the 10 of Cups, but ultimately feeling very stifled or low energy, okay? Maybe some of you have also experienced the same as well, pile number 2. And, you know, a lot of times we become attracted to people because we can see like how they've struggled and how we've struggled, and we kind of understand each other's struggle, you know. But with High Priestess and fear, it's like, maybe a fear of getting close to people emotionally too, okay? So there could be some, and also maybe a fear of women, for those of you that are watching this video for a woman, okay? I am getting that too, like a fear of the feminine. And, you know, like not being able to control their feelings, right? With Temperance, we really want to kind of get a grip on things. We have frustration, yes. And that is coming out under Temperance. So like I was talking about, that anger where we keep trying and we keep trying, but like, you know, we're no angels. We're not Archangel Michael on the cover of the Temperance card. You know, we're not archangels. We're human beings, you know, and it takes a lot of energy to get that flow right, you know. And I feel like this person has in the past, like, fumbled the ball, or they've just, and I do feel like whatever it is they've experienced in relationships has been very frustrating for them. And they have felt a lot of, but at the same time, they've felt a lot of fear about changing things, So this could result in staying in unhappy situations for much longer than we need to. Okay. And, with temperance, it's like, I'm trying to get to know you. I feel like this person is saying, I'm trying to get to know pile number 2, but I'm also like a little bit afraid, or I'm a little bit scared of what could happen here. And I know how my desires have gotten me into trouble in the past. And, these types of things, frustrations around fears is what I feel here. Okay, we have contemplating. Yes, big time with the High Priestess, for sure, contemplating. I have so much going on inside, I don't know what to do. Contemplating. Yeah, so they, the Seven of Pentacles and the Moon, the High Priestess, this is all contemplation energy. And this person may need to get out in nature here with the mountain, or they may need to get outside, or they may need to, clear their head. I mean, I feel like if this person's all cooped up, they start to get emotionally overloaded, or their mind starts going in overdrive, okay? And I think sometimes with the fear and the High Priestess, they're kind of making up maybe some fears, maybe not making it up, but because the High Priestess has to do with the moon, represents the moon. I mean, the moon is Pisces in the tarot, just so you guys know, but the actual moon, the luminary, is associated with the High Priestess. And that moon talks about all of our past experiences and everything that's come before, and how that creates like a black hole of fear at times, okay? So this person is contemplating their future with the 10 of Cups here in this contemplation card, and saying, I have so much going on inside me, I don't know what to do yet, okay? So they're still, with temperance, they're still trying to like weigh out some type of decision or pick some type of life direction with relationships. I can't let go, grasping, okay? So, I think once this person, goes in with someone, or like really goes in deep with someone, I do think it's very hard for them to let go and like walk a different path, okay? And people tend to kind of like grasp on when they're afraid, you know what I mean? And we have this fear card here. And I talked about temperance, grasping the cups and being able to use them in a way that, creates emotional flow or emotional freedom, okay? But this person's having a hard time, and they may be having a hard time grasping why they can't let go. Do you know what I'm saying? Why it's so hard for them. Okay, and we have here card 25, and it says, I am intelligent, okay? You have a great ability to take in and process information on both conscious and subconscious levels. Yeah, that's temperance in the High Priestess. Very intelligent, conscious and subconscious levels. Your curiosity is endless, and your desire, right here, desire to dive deep into a variety of subjects, the moon, etc., right, will bring you an immense awareness of the world. I am intelligent. So this is talking about, IQ, emotional intelligence, and also just regular IQ, okay? Because temperance has to do with skill. And this person may feel sometimes that they don't really have the skill with temperance and frustration to make like a happy relationship at times. And that may be why it's creating some fear. Now, pile number 2, I feel you guys are very intelligent. I think you embody, the High Priestess and temperance. I think you guys are both, conscious and subconscious working together. And pile number 2, your endless curiosity and desire to dive deep into things will bring you an immense awareness of the world. I think you guys are very aware of the world, pile number 2, and you may already be aware of what this person struggles with, okay? And, the big lesson can be, though, as much as we can understand something and learn about something, it doesn't mean that we can fix it. It doesn't mean that we can control it, and that's kind of where, you know, people have to scale their own mountain. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 2, like, you know, we can't scale the mountain for them. And I know that that is very frustrating, okay? We have spiritual strength here and the 9 of Wands. So this person really does need to like dig deep within to conquer their fears and to, you know, work through their frustrations, okay? And, you know, this person does have spiritual strength, I feel like, pile number 2, but, you know, at times they just, you know, maybe feel incapable or feel less than what they are actually are, okay? And we all have moments of that in this world, you know, and they may be in a moment in their life where they really need to gather a lot of spiritual strength to move forward on their path. Because with the High Priestess, the Moon, Temperance, we don't really know where things are going, but we still have to try anyway, which can be very, you know, like intimidating, you know, and sometimes like looks can deceive, you know what I mean? Especially like with the High Priestess, now you see her, now you don't type of thing, okay? And I feel like this person may have had deception in prior situations, okay? So it's like they have to think long and hard about like what they're willing to do, which, you know, pile number 2 really doesn't have anything to do with you. That's something they have to work out between them and their higher self. We have the 7 of Swords here, so they're constantly checking you out. I mean, I just got the word flabbergasted, you know, like something like about, you may be flabbergasted because this person is like checking you out, you know, and they can't let go of looking at you, you know, and of stealing a look in your direction, you know, of giving pile number 2 a wink, you know, as they're walking out the door. It's like wink, wink, pile number 2, okay? And this person turns into a little bit of a Lothario or a little bit of a naughty guy or gal when they're around you, and they know that the flirting is, you know, naughty and probably, you know, gonna get them into trouble down the path or get them into trouble with someone or something else. But I feel like, you know, it's almost like when they're leaving or when they're walking away, they are much more obvious about talking to you or checking you out or wanting to see you. But when they're around you, they may be very passive, which is, you know, mind-numbingly infuriating. But I think you get it, pile number 2. I think you get where this person is coming from, but the problem is I feel like sometimes they don't know if they're coming or going, okay? And they just don't have it as together on a mental level. I mean, they're fun and flirty, okay? They're a good distraction, but I don't know if they're really a good partner because, you know, in the long run, pile number 2, we have the Page of Pentacles, and this is what it would take, you know, for them to actually, they'd have to gather some spiritual strength, work through their fears and their frustrations to actually like look at something, pile number 2, as wow, you know, like I'd like to invest in that, or, you know, here's the first step I could take, you know, in a series of steps, here's the very first thing I could do. And, you know, the Page of Pentacles really knows what to value and what's worth it, you know? So at the end of the day, this person has to decide like what's valuable to them and what's worth it to them, okay? And what actually carries, you know, resonance in the real world, okay? Because it's not just a 5D fantasy of the 10 of Cups of, wow, you know, we're just circling in the ethers and making out in the ethers, right? It's like, no, if we're gonna make something work, we gotta get out of our boxes here and, you know, and put some, and look at the ripped arms there with the spiritual strength here. We gotta get out of our, you know, self-imposed limitations, and maybe not all of them are self-imposed, right? But it always takes some courage and strength, you know, to come to the drawing board again, okay? But the Page of Pentacles is humble and ready to learn and ready to take things one step at a time, okay? And I do feel like this person looks at you maybe as some type of teacher, pile number 2, or someone who could pull like good qualities out of them because of who you are, okay? But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you guys are also kind of looking at this like, is this worth it for me? Like, is this practical for me? It may be a cool fantasy or whatever, you know, pile number 2. But I mean, I also feel like this person is still thinking about what it is that they want to do. And they're kind of slow. With the Page of Pentacles, they are kind of slow about, you know, making actual moves. I do think this is my friendship card when I'm doing love readings. So I do think this person's going to continue to like be a friend or to pay attention or to like regard you in a positive manner. But there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of like desire within them that needs to come up and bubble up because, you know, as I was telling my tarot class, because I'm in a year-long tarot program right now with my teacher and my cohorts, and I was telling them like desire will take you into the belly of the beast faster than anything to really experience things. But if you're pushing down your desires, then, you know, things will be popping off in dreamland and in the astral realms, but there may not be a lot of real, you know, movement, okay? The Page of Pentacles to me talks about a person, I feel like this person's gonna be your friend first, or is gonna show up as a friend, really, or maybe even a friends with benefits if it got there. But I feel like this person's gonna, oh, there's Temperance again. So, you know, I mean, easy does it, and one day at a time, and there's really no rushing, okay? And if you guys are okay with that too, and you're just chill yourselves, then maybe start with the friendship and see where things go, okay? But if you're wanting like an emperor in your life, like you're wanting your own emperor, and you know, sometimes it's hard to fight for what we want and like, you know, gain control or mastery over some of it, okay? And you know, sometimes it's like a pain in the ass, you know? This Emperor is looking at the 5 of Wands like, ugh, you know, schmucks, okay? So, you know, I think you guys have within you, like, you know, a lot of fire and passion and determination to go after what you want, but some of you may also be a little bit exhausted by some of the schmucks in your life, okay? And we may need a little bit of attitude adjustment with the 6 of Pentacles, and then things start to, like gratitude or attitude adjustment, and then things start to really flow, okay? And we can see a King of Cups coming in here quickly on the arrows of love with the 8 of Wands, who really wants to share something with you, okay? And maybe don't write this person off right away, pile number 2. I feel like you guys have some high-minded standards for yourself as far as what you want for love too. It has to be a deep spiritual connection. And I do feel like some of you are willing to wait because you don't want mediocre, okay? And I get that, okay? But I also feel like if this is what you want, pile number 2, then if this is like, you wanna hang your hat on this situation and this is what you want, then I feel like be prepared to take it real easy and to wait it out. And I also feel like, sexual expression, like actual in the 3D, could be limited, okay? And it may be for a while with this person. So, you know, like think about that. Think about what it is that you want and you need, and what is the magic combination for you, pile number 2, okay? And we have the Page of Wands underneath here, so somebody is trying to check you out, okay? And it's not this person. I mean, this person is checking you out. They like you. I'm seeing all of that, but you know, you guys have somebody else, I feel like, too, with this Page of Wands who's looking at you. And look at that with the Ace of Cups. This person may actually make a move on you, like a real move. like an honest to God move, okay? So, I mean, well, look at that. There's a lot of people here. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. We have Taurus, Aquarius, and then the Page of Wands. So there's a lot of stuff, but for you, I feel like, and there are people that are going to have love for you, pile number 2. So, you know, what do you want? I feel like you guys want love and passion. So pile number 2, those are the energies that I am getting for you. If you enjoyed that reading, I would love to hear your feedback and your comments. And even if you didn't enjoy the reading, I would still love to hear your feedback and comments. I may reply back to your comment if you if you write something I don't like, but you're more than willing to write whatever you want, as always, okay? So thank you so much to my beautiful pile number 2s, and I hope to see you again real soon. Take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the sunrise over the forest. I love that. That's so beautiful. Pile number 3, it just takes me away to a cabin in the woods and the sun coming through, all the beautiful foliage and flowers. It's going to be fall here in the northern hemisphere before we know it, and we'll have all of that foliage. Anyway, pile number 3, I'm already getting into it, okay? We're gonna find out why all the mixed signals. Maybe some of you really love fall, but let's go ahead and see why all the mixed signals from this person to my pile number 3s, okay? A couple people had mentioned that they would like a video like this, and so here we go, pile number 3, and I'm gonna get channeled messages first, okay? So Spirit is showing me a balance beam, which means somebody could be into gymnastics or maybe did gymnastics when they were younger or had a little brother or sister that did gymnastics, but it also could just be a reference to balancing out a situation or to like the Justice card, okay? The balance of experience. And okay, I feel like somebody doing tricks or something, because Spirit is definitely like on the whole gymnastic thing, like back walkover, front whatever, somersault whatever, okay? Pile number 3, maybe some of you like to do like movement or dance or something like that too, or you've recently gotten more physically active or into yoga or something. But let's go ahead. Oh, I also heard meditation, so maybe some of you are on that, you know, meditation wagon these days. Let's see what else for my pile number 3s. Just feel like I'm kind of like turning my face to the sun right now and feeling the warmth on it. And maybe some of you really like need that vitamin D to stay, you know, to stay up. I find I actually stay up longer in the summertime, but maybe you guys find the same. Let's see what else. Okay, I just heard dragonfly energy, which is all about, you know, transcending illusions. Pile number 3, let's see what else. Okay, Spirit wants to talk about Neptune, the planet Neptune as well. And let's see. Oh, pancakes. I love it. Pancakes or waffles, you choose, pile number 3. And like blueberry pancakes or blueberries on pancakes. I love it when I get food references. Anything else? Okay. Spirit just said Lita Ford, which is interesting because she's a musician from the 80s, but I'm also seeing somebody who got like some cool new sunglasses, okay? And it's like, these make me feel like a badass, okay? So maybe some of you had that happen recently. And we have the 6 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here. The universe will generously provide for pile number 3, okay? So let's go ahead and find out why all the mixed signals from this person to pile number 3. Because with the 6 of Pentacles, you know, we can see a person giving energy and you know, giving attention and energy to one person and then withdrawing energy from another person, okay? And there may be a question about like, what's fair, okay? And like going back and forth about what's fair versus unfair. So let's go ahead and see here for pile number 3. Why all the mixed signals? All of a sudden I got a little stabbing pain in my lower back. Hopefully you guys aren't having any of that. We have 5 of Swords and the 2 of Wands here, okay? And you know what's so funny? I was just thinking about the 2 of Pentacles, because there's 2 Pentacles right above the scales here on the 6 of Pentacles. So that's interesting. And we have 2 2s, okay? And wow, pile number 3. So, you know, it's like, I'm really gonna back off, right? And so this person's like, hey, you know, like wanting to impress pile number 3, or wanting to take you out, or wanting to like do something fun with you, wanting to impress you, someone wanting to take you to their favorite spot, to take you out, thinking about like planning something with you. Maybe you and this person talked about planning something or going and doing something, and we really got our, you know, excitement levels up with the 2 of Wands. And then with the 5 of Swords, we see like a mixed signal or a miscommunication, okay? So there's definitely a communication issue, I feel like, between you and this person. And honestly, pile number 3, I feel like this person is saying that you read them wrong, or you read the situation wrong, or I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression, okay? And I do think some of you could have had a really cool like date with this person, or maybe you had multiple dates with them, or 3 dates or 4 dates with them, or hung out 3-4 times with them. And I do think that they kind of like, you know, wanted to kind of show you a good time, or they were very generous, or they were, you know, they seemed really into it, okay? And but I feel like this person is kind of being a jerk, honestly, pile number 3. And they're saying, well, this is kind of how I treat everyone, you know, like, and they may be like treating someone one way while treating another person more poorly. You know what I mean? And this person may be, okay, you know what's interesting? First of all, we have 252, okay? 252, so some of you may have 252 in your phone number or apartment number or something like that. Or it could also be February 25th, 252, okay? But I feel like, have you guys seen that show on Netflix called The Tinder Swindler? If you haven't seen it, go watch it, pile number 3. But it's a documentary about how this guy would like go out with one woman, and he made her believe that he was like really rich and successful. And then he would get into a relationship with her and get her to like give him money, essentially, okay? But you know, that's really 5 of Swords type of energy. Like, I'm going to get one over on you, or like swindle you. Or, you know, the 5 of Swords is kind of like, it's not that deep, okay? Especially with the 2 of Wands. And it's like with the 6 of Pentacles, like we had a good time, or we, you know, talked about having a good time, but you know, something else came up, or someone else came up, and it's not that deep. Now, that is a really crass and harsh message, pile number 3. The other piles were not really coming off like that. I do feel like this person came off with the 2 of Wands and 6 of Pentacles, came off as like interested, warm, wanting to take you out, wanting to spend time. The 6 of Pentacles is the Lord of material success, okay? And the 2 of Wands is the Lord of dominion. So it's like, I want to take you to like the greatest spot. I want to make you like feel impressed. I want this to go well. I want this to be successful. I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited to like show off or do my thing. Okay, but the 5 of Swords is really rough for a mixed signal. Like, to me, that's not really a mixed signal. That's more of a slap across the face, you know? And this is a different energy than the other two piles, pile number 3, okay? So this is like, you know, somebody where you're talking or you've gone out with them a few times, and then like the next time you see them, they're a complete asshole, you know, and then you're left wondering like, what is actually going on here, okay? And, you know, it seemed like they were so like into me or whatever, okay? So I think that it's a bit of a problem, okay? And I do feel like this person gives a good impression at first, pile number 3, but if you dig beneath the surface, they're actually like not that great is what I'm getting, pile number 3, okay? So if you were kind of like, well, gee, what did I do here? You know, I feel kind of stupid, or I feel weird, or, you know, did I do something wrong? I'm just getting that this person is really good for like the first couple weeks of being with someone, the first few dates, the first 1 or 2 months. Like they're pretty decent at, you know, sort of like they have a lot, you know, when you take off from a finish line and a runner takes off really, really fast and does really, really well, but then, you know, like screws up the rest of the race. It's kind of like getting it right at the start line, but then completely fumbling, okay? And I feel like it's straight up 7 o'clock right now, pile number 3 in your reading. So we may have some birthdays in July or on the 7th of the month. But anyway, I mean, we have a person here who starts off really strong and, you know, gung-ho and, you know, you're probably like, yeah, like this is what I like. I like somebody who like initiates things. I like somebody who like, you know, gets after it or whatever. But then, you know, and we have with the 2 of Wands, we have an Aries card, and with the 6 of Pentacles, we have Taurus. So we could have some Taurus, Aries energy here as well. Anyway, we also have Capricorn and Aquarius with the 5 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. But what I feel like here is that there were some things that were said like later on that were awkward, weird, okay? And, you know, I'm getting that this person now feels like a little indifferent, okay? And some of you might have actually said something to this person or even called them out a little bit is what I'm getting, pile number 3, okay? And, you know, it's so funny because I'm trying in piles 1 and 2, I got the energy right away. This pile is a little bit different. And I do feel like this is like the mixed signal, you know, award of the year over here, you know, because it really goes from like starting strong to really just, you know, screwing up. This person really, for some of you, they might have like left a weird taste in your mouth and you're just like, you know, or the situation left a weird taste in your mouth, or you're just kind of like, you know, I feel rejected by this person, or I feel disrespected by this person, but I don't even really know why. Okay, so let's dig a little bit deeper into this, okay? And yeah, I'm just getting that this person isn't all that, and they're not all that they're cracked up to be, pile number 3. Okay, so that may be why they're good at making a first impression, but then later on they are, you know, because I feel they have either like a shitty temperament, they're ill-tempered, which, you know, whatever, people can be ill-tempered, but they're a smart ass is also what I'm getting to, or they just, you know, say things without thinking about how they affect other people, okay? And they may put people down at times, pile number 3, okay? And this person may wonder at times like why they can't really keep anything going, or why they can't really, you know, create the foundation that they want to create. But Also, I just feel like they don't really, like, it's too late. They don't put in the effort that they should, okay? And yeah, let's see a little bit more, because I feel like this Two of Pentacles is really at the heart of, you know, what is off about them, or what is, you know, and it may be apathy, it may be indifference, it may be, you know, selfishness or greed at times with this person, pile number 3. But let's see what else we get here. We have Uranus and Genius. Yeah, so the planet Uranus is a shocking surprise, all right? It comes after Saturn, which creates like an established order in the universe, you know? And I feel like you thought, oh yeah, this is like, you know, we're establishing a good pattern here. Like, this is great, you know? But then you have this person doing something that is very, I don't know, at the end of the day, they messed with something, I feel like, pile number 3, and it's indicative of their maturity level, I feel like, okay? And this person may just like to kind of like fuck with things at times, you know? Also with Genius here, this person thinking like rather highly of themselves. And, you know, when we talk about a mixed signal, it's like someone starting really strong here, but then doing something that is like way out of line, or just like out of character. And it's like, what, you know, or like way out of what you thought it was going to be. Okay. And it's like, I feel some of you are trying to reconcile the person that you met that you thought was a cool opportunity with the person that this person actually is. And I do feel like this person is like a letdown. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. And this person is shocking, but not in a good way. All right. And I do think they do this kind of crap all the time, pile number 3. I mean, I think they may think really highly of themselves with this Genius card. Some of them may be like into startups or into business ventures, or into, you know, wanting to be an entrepreneur or a business owner. Okay. And, it's like it's a dog eat dog kind of world out there. And I mean, I feel like this person, they have talent or skill, but they don't really know how to deal with people at all. And, you know, I feel like they're mean or rude at times as well with the 5 of Swords, because they don't really know how to handle themselves, okay, with the 2 of Pentacles. So, you know, I'm not really liking their energy. I mean, they made it come off as very exciting with this Uranus energy, but it doesn't, it becomes exciting in a bad way at some point. We have solitude here, okay? So this person thinks that there's some type of genius that needs solitude so that they can, you know, create all the, you know, amazing ventures that they're working on, or get their money, all right, with the 6 of Pentacles, the Lord of material success. And, you know, it's kind of like an ivory tower here, okay? And this person may actually be alone quite a bit, and may struggle with feelings of being alone at times, pile number 3. But again, I think there's a reason for it, because they have a nasty streak, you know, and people get sick of them, I feel like. And they may say like, oh yeah, like I'm really excited, I want to see you or spend time, or like let's go out, or wanting to impress you. Some of them may, you know, have a nice car, or think that they have a nice car or something like that. But, you know, this person is also, I think, a little oblivious with the 5 of Swords of how, like, how the way they act makes other people feel, okay? And someone here may be kind of like, I'm also getting the energy of someone who's not like neurotypical, you know, somebody who may not be neurotypical. But whether that's the case or not, pile number 3, maybe you wondered about this person, if that was true. But whether that's the case or not, I feel like this person's like, you know, like they think of themselves like a mad scientist, genius, inventor who's like a mover and shaker in the world, you know, like the next Elon Musk or something, you know, something like that, pile number 3, okay? But they're like, I need my alone time so that I can strategize and come up with new plans and ideas. And, you know, what they just end up looking like is a world-class DICK. You know what I'm saying, pile number 3? I don't even know if they understand how badly they come off sometimes. And they may actually wonder with the 2 of Pentacles, like, why, you know, you won't really talk to them anymore, or why, you know, they're so great. Why can't they find a good man or woman? Okay. So, you know, they're kind of at a loss for words. I feel like pile number 3, maybe you guys didn't really hear from them, or there was awkward silence here with the 5 of Swords and 2 of Pentacles. But I mean, I feel like if you ask them, why are you giving me mixed signals when it seemed like you wanted to date me or go out with me so bad? They'd say, oh, it's because, you know, I'm actually like, you know, inventing the telephone, and, you know, I'm Alexander Graham Bell. You know what I'm saying? I think Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. But anyway, like, I'm a genius. I'm an artistic genius, or I'm a, you know, I'm just an upper tier, upper level genius, and I can't have anybody, you know, sullying my vibe, you know? And it's like, okay, dude, whatever. But yeah, we have mystery and the 5 of Swords, you know, like, again, I feel like this person doesn't really understand like why they put people off, but at the same time, they like to get the upper hand by dissing other people or by looking down on people. And, you know, I feel like this person's also, it's 7-11 right now, pile number 3. I love that number. But anyway, I feel like this person is also like wondering why you don't really, maybe they may feel they're getting mixed signals from you, or that you're kind of like, I don't know here. Okay. And there's some like, I feel like this person's with the 2 of Pentacles is like, I don't really know what I did wrong, you know? And when the 5 of Swords is like very obvious, you know, it's pretty obvious. It's not that big of a mystery. Okay. And it's like, if we're so attracted to each other and we just feel so drawn to each other, then, you know, because I also feel you were really attracted to this person, pile number 3, and they were really drawn to you too. And there actually was this magnet type of energy between you two. But I feel like it was ruined with the 5 of Swords. And it's not a mixed signal. It's a, you know, it's a lot more, you know, in your face than that. Okay. And, you know, it's bad vibes too. And that could also be somebody that didn't really say anything, but there is bad vibes or bad energy for some reason. And it's like, well, what did I do? You know, pile number 3, I think this person is just weird. You know, we have disruption here. And I know that's not, you know, probably the answer. It seems so simple, but also yet it's so complicated. It's like, why, you know? But we have the 2 of Pentacles and disruption. So, you know, like it's a mystery why there was a disruption, okay? And maybe you guys are like, I don't really get it. Like, did I do something wrong? You know, I don't know. Like, somebody here with the 5 of Swords felt like they got put in their place, okay? The connection definitely got disrupted and went down a completely different road than maybe you were expecting it to go down. And I think pile number 3, like, you're not like some highfalutin, you know, person that expects perfection. I think you understand that sometimes there are misunderstandings and sometimes there are disruptions, and why people can't like meet up or see each other. And but I also feel like this person could have given you an excuse that felt really empty or felt really dumb, okay? And you guys are not dummies, so I think you guys were confused by the disruption in plans or in personality or attitude. But I also feel like, you know, by this person kind of doing this, it saves you guys a lot of time, because you you may not exactly know like the theoretical reason of why this person is the way they are. Well, their mother dropped them on their head and now they're just a bit thick-headed and dumb, like, you don't always have like a full thesis paper on why someone is the way they are, but you just know that something is off, and something is off in this connection. And I think it's more than just a mixed signal. I think it's actually, where the disruption came from, maybe no one knows. Maybe it's a mystery, but honestly, pile number 3, I think it's a good thing at the end of the day for you. Your eyes see into the depths of my soul, intuitive, okay? So this person could have told you stuff like that, like, oh my gosh, like, and I feel you are very intuitive, pile number 3, and like you have very mysterious eyes, very beautiful eyes. This person could have told you that, that they feel like you can see into their soul, or they feel like, your eyes are stunning, like these types of things, okay? But also when you got some weird stuff, and someone can see into your soul, that can also make someone real uncomfortable too, okay? And also, I feel seeing into the depths of someone's soul isn't always what it's all cracked up to be. Sometimes you find some surprising things there, okay? And I also think you guys are okay with not being up someone's butt all the time. I think you guys don't mind solitude either. Maybe some of you also like to create and write. I think some of you are also very bright, pile number 3 yourselves, and also highly intuitive, okay? And I feel like this is a very attractive combination because this person thinks that they're all those things too. But the thing is, pile number 3 is they're not. So that's a problem, okay? And we have here, I'm ashamed of what I've said, gossip. Okay, so somebody said something with the 5 of Swords, okay? And maybe you don't exactly, but you see 3 men here, okay? 1, 2, 3, and they're men, all right? And you see 3 people on the 5 of Swords. So maybe there was some guy talk or some things that were said, but, this person said something, okay? Somebody said something here, all right? And you may not know who, or you may not know why, but somebody said something that really caused a disruption in this connection and caused, the other person, I think it's you actually, even pile number 3. I'd be surprised if you wanted to stick around for this, honestly, okay? And, maybe some of you felt like you said something that was offensive to this person and you felt like you were the one that disrupted this connection. But pile number 3, that's not what I'm getting. If that's the way you felt, I feel like you could see things in this person though, pile number 3. And I feel like the role is actually opposite. It's like there's something in them that's broken or off, and I think you saw it, okay? So if they tried to make you, if you're taking it on yourself or making yourself feel like it's you, that's not what I'm getting, okay? We have here, master number 22. Okay, sometimes disruptions have a way of aligning us to something better, and it's like, I feel some of you guys are like, I don't really know what to do with this situation, or maybe you do know what to do with it and you're like, I just have to set it down. Like, I thought highly of this situation and now I'm not really thinking that highly about it, okay? I thought it was gonna be like a bountiful thing, and it's not, So, but sometimes disruptions are actually, a good thing because it aligns us, all right? It says you are in possession of incredible creative powers, pile number 3, okay? Not this person. You are in possession of incredible creative powers, and it is assured that you can achieve anything you wish when you are aligned to the right things, pile number 3. I am aligned, okay? And that 2 of Pentacles is that process where we really are trying to understand like what's in front of us and what we can, you know, send forth and what has to be kind of like left behind, you know? And I feel like this person thinks that they are in possession of incredible creative powers and that they want to achieve everything. And they think that they're a master, you know, master number 22, okay? And I feel like maybe you showed this person something about themselves that they didn't like, and, you know, and it brought out the 5 of Swords in them, pile number 3. We have here the 7 of Pentacles, and this is patience and planning, okay? So the 6 of Pentacles is your first card here, but I feel like this person likes to show off or seem really successful with the 2 of Wands and 6 of Pentacles, but they may really be lacking in patience and planning, okay? And, you know, when disruptions come up, they may be very rude about it, or they may be very rude themselves about disruptions, okay? But getting to know someone takes patience and it takes planning. And, you know, it's not just about like the start line, it's about how it progresses, right? And I feel like, you know, this person doesn't really have the skills of like patience and planning, okay? They want to see with Uranus and Genius, they want to see something pay off like right away. And they want to see it happen the way they want to see it happen, okay? But sometimes in life, we need to be very patient, and we need to like make plans, you know, that actually like can be seen through and put in the effort, right? And the 7 of Pentacles in the tarot can also talk about a disappointment. And the 7 of Pentacles is the Lord of success unfulfilled, right? So we started with success, material success fulfilled with the 6 of Pentacles. We had a shocking thing happened, and then we feel like we're, you know, feeling really like off about it, okay? So for those of you in pile number 3 that have been dealing with this, I don't think this person has like the right tools to kind of like be with you. That's my problem, okay? I mean, who are they going to be with if they think there's some exotic genius who who can't sully themselves, you know what I mean? We have the 8 of Cups. It's like, yeah, I'm out of here. You know what? Like, this is very unsatisfying, and I was trying to pretend like I was enjoying something, but it wasn't even that fun or fulfilling, okay? And then we have Temperance. Temperance is showing up in every single pile, okay? And I mean, I feel like this person kind of sold you this whole thing of like, oh yeah, it's so great, and you know, we're like, you know, this is gonna be great, we're gonna have fun, we're so alike, we're very similar, okay? But I just feel like, I also feel like this person is a person that can dish it out but can't really take it, okay? And this person may actually, when it comes to relationships, may be quite confused and lost at times, okay? And there's also an energy here where we think we're happy with something, but we're actually not, you know? And so we feel like we need to go searching for something deeper, you know? And that's what I feel like you guys are doing right now. And you may have had to like let go of this situation or just make a hasty retreat. Like, I don't even really know what happened here. I don't really have any clue. I thought it was going really well because the 8 of Cups is the Lord of abandoned success. So success was abandoned, you know, like I thought this was really going well, but it's evidently not. So I guess I just have to exit stage left without many answers, you know. Hopefully this reading is giving you some answers, pile number 3. And I mean, I feel like with Temperance, if anything, it was a learning experience, you know, and, you know, it is aligning you, right? So sometimes we have to just let go of things and we don't really know like why, or just that the vibe wasn't good anymore, or that we were selling ourselves short, pile number 3, okay? But there is some other destiny, I feel like, for you guys that you are actually aligned to, that Spirit is directing you towards, okay? And it just takes some patience with Temperance. We have to try multiple things with Temperance and see, and if it's not fulfilling, we have to let it go and move on, okay? And it's frustrating when we're trying to get it right and when we're trying to understand other people. But I also feel like you guys are very deep and philosophical, and ultimately, like, you carry within you the energy of acceptance and patience, okay? And I would say, pile number 3, just keep shining and don't let this situation like hold you back in any way. I feel like some of you still need to put your foot out there in the dating scene. Like, I know that things can sting, okay? Pile number 3, like, for sure things can sting and be harsh, but I also feel you guys have capacity for tremendous healing with Temperance. And I do feel like Spirit is saying when the time is right, it's time to put your foot back. You know, Temperance is dipping, the Temperance angel is dipping their toe in the pool of water. So, you know, when it's time, you know, right now you're moving away from an emotional connection, pile number 3. But when it's time, you're going to, you know, this isn't the end for you, I guess is what I'm saying, pile number 3, okay? Not I guess, I know. Okay, I know it's not the end for you. It's a detour, but it is aligning you. It's a disruption, but disruptions have a way of aligning us to a better outcome, okay? So pile number 3, I'm gonna give you guys snaps. Snap, snap, snap. For pile number 3, I'm gonna give you my jazz hands as well, because I believe in you, pile number 3, and you guys keep going, all right? Even if sometimes it seems long or the journey is hard, it'll be worth it. You know, with Temperance here, we're really talking, I was talking about the balance beam, wasn't I, in your guys' channeled messages. So, you know, Temperance is really about keeping that energy balanced and focused, okay? So pile number 3, thank you so much, my lovelies, and thank you so much to everyone who joined today. I hope to see you again real soon. Take care.